Sup, you guys? ASD Classified here. Did y'all see this bullshit tribute that Super Mega Flop did for RPM? Did y'all see it? Did you cry with me? Like, my God, it was awful. It was just terrible. It was disgusting. There's just so much wrong in this episode. I can't remember the last time I saw so much wrong in one episode, but oh Lord, let's just start from the beginning, alright? Let's just start from the beginning and then work our way to the end and just be done with this mess. Okay, so the episode starts with a wormhole opening up. An emergency transmission comes through the wormhole and Gosei receives it. He's like, oh my God, emergency transmission, contact the Power Rangers immediately. So the Rangers are contacted, they come to the command center, they ask Gosei what's the hubbub, and Gosei tells them, hey, we received an emergency transmission from Korv. And Noah, he pulls out his little Power Ranger Wikipedia device and he's like, oh, Korv, that's the home of the RPM Rangers, and it's in another dimension. So the Rangers, they're like, hey, let's go to Korv. Let's go see another dimension and help whoever needs our help. And then Gosei is like, I'm not sure you guys should go at all. Okay. Gosei, buddy, if you're not sure that the Rangers should go help whoever needs help in this alternate dimension, why did you alert them in the first place? Need I reiterate, this episode starts off with Gosei saying, oh my God, emergency transmission, contact the Power Rangers immediately. And now he's like, no, I don't think you guys should go. What? This makes no sense. It is stupid. Why even say this line? To create 1 second of unnecessary drama? Because the Rangers convinced Gosei in 1 second that they should go anyway. So what was the point of this? It's just so stupid. And if you wanted to keep this 1 second of unnecessary drama, then have one of the Rangers say this. Have one of the Rangers be like, oh, well, I mean, if we go, then we'll be leaving the planet unprotected because, you know, there's a huge alien army just sitting on top of the planet right now, and it might not be such a good idea to just leave, you know. And then Troy or somebody else says, well, you know, I mean, if somebody attacks the Earth, Gosei can just call us and we'll come back in 2 seconds. It's fine. It's just, Gosei saying it is stupid, okay? But whatever, man. The Rangers, they hop on the Super Mega ship. What the hell is that ship's name? I forgot. I legit forgot right now. It probably is the Super Mega ship. No, it's the Sky ship. Okay. Or they jump into the Sky ship. They go, and they go in the wormhole to the RPM dimension. And then we see Professor Cog. Yeah. Professor Cog is the villain in this episode. And he uses his power to close the wormhole. And he's like, ha ha, my plan has worked. I'm back on Earth. And I've trapped the Super Megaforce Rangers in the RPM dimension. And now that they're gone, I can take over this planet. So, okay. Questions. Professor Cog is alive. Why? How is Professor Cog alive? Never explained in this episode because Professor Cog died in that terrible Samurai RPM team up. So, how are you here now? And you came through a wormhole instead of the magic dimension hopping subway. What happened to the magic dimension hopping subway? So, there's so many questions and I don't even know how to word it right. It's just, Professor Cog is alive for no reason and I don't get it. And he came from the RPM dimension. Okay. In this episode, when Gosei was explaining to the Rangers that he received an emergency transmission, Gosei was like, I don't know who it's from. Korv has been at peace for a very long time now. So, Korv has been at peace for a very long time. So I'm just going to assume that this takes place after the RPM finale. Vengex has been defeated. So, how is Cog alive. This is where I'm getting at, okay? Because in the Samurai RPM team up, I remember when it came out, I just assumed that the team up took place before RPM's finale, because in that team up, Professor Cog mentions that his master told him to come speak with Master Xandred and get the Sands of River Water and whatnot. So Professor Cog's master, never named Vengex, but I'm assuming it's Vengex, told him to come. So I'm just going to assume, since Vengex is around, that it's before the finale, right? But now in this episode, this Super Megaforce episode, Ghost says like, well, you know, Korth has been at peace for a long time. So I'm assuming this is after the RPM finale, which means, how was Professor Cog brought back to life? Okay, I don't, who brought him back? You know, as a robot, I don't care that Professor Cog is back, because robots can be rebuilt, you know, but somebody would have to rebuild him. And if this takes place after the RPM finale, then that means Vengex is gone, which means there's nobody to rebuild Professor Cog. So I don't get how he exists right now. How does he exist? Why are there grinders if Korth has been at peace for a very long time now? So, you know, I'm getting a little too worked up. And let's talk about Professor Cog's plan here. So his plan in this episode is to come to Earth, take over, trick our Rangers into going to the RPM dimension, trap them in the RPM dimension, and apparently this means that the Megaforce Rangers can never come back and there's nobody to protect the planet. Okay. Professor Cog, you tried this stupid plan before. This is the same thing you did in the Samurai RPM team up. You trapped most of the Samurai Rangers in the RPM dimension. But they didn't stay there, did they? Because the RPM Rangers, off screen, helped the other Samurai Rangers, off screen, come back to the regular Earth dimension. So what? Why wouldn't you think that the RPM Rangers wouldn't help the Megaforce Rangers return back to their own planet and stop you? This stupid. So anyway, and I don't even get why you want to conquer the Earth so bad. You would think that the RPM dimension would be much easier to conquer, wouldn't it? I mean, even though Vengex is gone and apparently they're, you know, rebuilding civilization again, even with all of that, it should be far easier to conquer the RPM dimension than to conquer regular Earth dimension. Regular Earth dimension with the 50 billion Ranger teams? Really? But whatever. So in Corinth, the Megaforce Rangers arrive in the spaceship and they see a Zord running around. It's the Turbo Falcon Zord, which never existed in the RPM season. It's a brand new Zord. So yeah, the Rangers, they come to this RPM dimension, they see the Zord running around the city, and then Noah pulls out his Power Ranger Wikipedia device and he's like, oh, it's the Turbo Falcon Zord. It was created, but it was too powerful for anybody to control, so it was locked away. And apparently, it's either broken free or somebody let it free. Apparently, Professor Cog let it free, so it would be a distraction for the Megaforce Rangers. Here's my thing, though. This Zord. I'm just gonna assume that Dr. K created it. And I can only assume that Dr. K created it after the RPM finale. I mean, I'll never know for sure because this episode sure as hell didn't explain anything. But I'm going to assume that Dr. K created this Turbo Falcon Zord and that it was created after the finale. You expect me to believe that Dr. K, as smart as she was, would create another Zord, but she couldn't control it. Are you serious? Need I remind you that RPM actually had a plot similar to this within their own season? Dr. K created 3 dinosaur Zords that she couldn't control. I think they were the first Zords she ever created. and when she was in alphabet soup, and she couldn't control them because the dinosaur DNA made them too powerful, so she had them locked away and sealed or whatever. And eventually, like in the episode where the RPM Rangers discovered the Zords, they were able to gain control over them, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we had an episode like that in RPM, where uncontrollable Zord, da, da, da. So you expect me to believe that Dr. K would create another Zord that she couldn't control? I don't buy that at all. First of all, if this does take place after the RPM Rangers defeated Vengex, why would Dr. K even make another Zord? What would she need another Zord for? They already had their old Zords. They weren't destroyed. So why would she create another one? Why? I don't even. And then she would create one that she couldn't control. The reason that she couldn't control those damn train Zords was because of the dinosaur DNA. This is a damn Falcon. You expect me to believe that Dr. K couldn't control this Zord? Dr. K, who reprogrammed one of Vengeex's doomsday weapons into a damn whale, she couldn't control a Falcon. Really? It's just, I don't know. It feels nitpicky, but it's not. This just doesn't make any fucking sense. And anyway, even if she did create a Zord that's running around that she couldn't control, where the Zord is running rampant around the city, right? How come none of the civilians are reacting? We didn't even see any civilians. We saw nobody in this episode. Where are the people of the city? Nobody. Just the Zord and the Rangers. Nobody's reacting. And that is stupid. That is beyond stupid. You expect me to believe that Colonel Truman is just going to let this Zord run around and not send some soldiers out or something? Or that Dr. K is just going to let this Zord run around and she's not going to try to call the RPM Rangers or something? It's beyond. That's what this episode expects me to believe. It expects me to believe that Colonel Truman and Dr. K would do nothing about this. And stupid. So whatever, this episode is mostly the Megaforce Rangers trying to tame the Turbo Falcon Zord. They eventually tame the damn thing, and then they gain the new Zord. They take this Zord, keep it as their own. They're able to combine their legendary Megazord with the Turbo Falcon to form the legendary RPM Megazord. They use this formation to, I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself, but the Megaforce Rangers, they make it back to their own dimension eventually. You know, they figure out that it's a trap. They combine with their new Zord, the Turbo Falcon, form the legendary RPM Megazord. They defeat giant Professor Cog in a Megazord battle. Legendary RPM Grand Prix. None of this felt like RPM. This didn't feel like Corinth at all. Like, I don't know what this city was, but it wasn't my dome city. Like, and it's not because it looked different. Honestly, it's been some years. It's been like 4 or 5 years. So yeah, they could rebuild, change the city. I mean, apparently they got rid of the dome because I didn't see a dome. But whatever, I don't care about it looking different. It's just that it didn't feel like Corinth at all. Like, where is Colonel Truman, the soldiers, Dr. K? You know, I honestly have no idea how they could have salvaged this episode. But I will say this. There's no way they could have done the RPM tribute without Colonel Truman and Dr. K being there. No way. The RPM Rangers would be nice to have them there, obviously, but if you can't get them, either because you're too cheap or you can't afford them or whatever, fine. A tribute can survive without the RPM Rangers. They're easy to write out, to be honest, because if this takes place after the RPM finale, then maybe they're traveling the world, helping other civilizations start up around the planet again, like helping rebuild the planet, or traveling. Like, it's easy to get rid of them. But you need Dr. K and Colonel Truman. I need Dr. K to explain to me herself how the hell she created a new Zord that she can't control. I need that. And I need Colonel Truman to be there helping protect the citizens and evacuating and just being a badass. I mean, you can't tell me that they couldn't have gotten Colonel Truman to be there. He voiced one of the stupid monsters in this season. Whatever, man, I'm done. I hated this episode. I did like the scenes with Prince Vakar because he can be pretty funny. But yeah, I hated this episode. Just no. Anyway, before I end this video, me and one of my friends are thinking about doing like a podcast type thing, and we would upload it on this channel. So kind of want to get some feedback on that idea. I don't know. So yeah, the podcast would pretty much be about whatever we feel like. I mean, it can still be about Power Ranger topics and some anime topics, or pretty much whatever the fuck we feel like I said. So, I don't know. So if you're watching this video, maybe you can give me some ideas on what you would like to hear. I mean, there are some topics about Power Rangers that people have asked about like years ago that I never really did. Like, you know, your favorite Red Rangers or something. You know, I mean, it can be any type of topic. So in this video, if you want to leave me a comment letting me know, like, hey, what topics would you like to hear me and my friend talk about, you can leave me a comment. And you can also let me know what the hell you thought about this RPM team up. My God, I don't know, I feel so aggressive in this video. But yeah, so yeah, main point though, me and my friend were thinking about starting a podcast, and we kind of need some topics. So yeah, leave a comment. Alright, I'm done. John Mata, you guys. Later.